We're also being joined by Dr. Rajesh Malhotra, the Chief of the COVID Facility, the Trauma Center at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and Dr. Rachna Kucheria, the MD Community Medicine at AIIMS as well. Thank you both very much for being with us this morning. Adar Poonawala has just tweeted, let me just read that out to our viewers. Happy New Year, everyone. All risks that Serum Institute took with stockpiling the vaccine have finally paid off. Covishield, which is India's first COVID-19 vaccine, is approved, safe and effective, and ready to roll out in the coming week. So that is the head of the Serum Institute of India, Adar Poonawala, tweeting after approval has been granted to Covishield as well as Bharat Biotech. All right, let me quickly get in a word from our experts, our guests. Dr. Malhotra, your first reaction to the news that's just coming in.
It's ecstasy and happiness, because all through the previous year we have been waiting and we were thinking that the new year will bring the vaccine. It is definitely a great news, and I think everybody is looking forward to this vaccine, because that is what is going to get us the herd immunity and control the pandemic. So I'm quite happy about the news.
All right, so you're happy about this news. My colleague Sukirti Dwivedi, who's been tracking all the details and developments of this big story, is also joining us now. Dr. Kucheria, I'm going to come back to you in just a moment. Sukirti,
sure.
It's over to you. That big announcement that we've all been waiting for has been made. Both vaccine candidates have been given emergency use authorization in India.
Historic for India at this point of time, and also we've not heard from any other country that has given simultaneous approvals to two vaccines. So India could probably be the first nation which has given a go-ahead to two vaccines at the same day. But a very big question at this point of time is what is the efficacy of the Bharat Biotech vaccine called Covaxin. The DCGI, the Drug Controller General of India, Dr. V.G. Somani, came and gave a media statement saying that he has approved both the recommendations for Serum as well as the Bharat Biotech, but he still has not given any clarity on what is the efficacy data. We've just received a detailed statement from the Health Ministry as well, but here again in terms of the Bharat Biotech data that has been put forth, so they do talk about all the clinical trial data on non-primates as well as on human participants, but nowhere does it mention anything on the efficacy. It does say that safety and immunogenicity were established in phase 1 and phase 2, but still no clarity on how effective is the Bharat Biotech vaccine. We do know, as the DCGI also reiterated, that the Serum Institute of India, their Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine has an efficacy of 70.4%, but we still do not know how effective the Bharat Biotech vaccine is. However, there are more conditions that have been placed on Bharat Biotech. The government reiterates that it is to be done only in clinical trial mode. It is only being done for public interest and also in light of the UK mutant strain. But the exact logistics of what do they mean by saying in clinical trial mode or saying that it is in light of the UK mutant strain, those clarity have not been issued. We had Dr. Guleria, the AIIMS director, on NDTV last night, who did say that it is a backup option, but that was his statement. He is heading the trials for Covaxin that are taking place in Delhi, but we would have ideally liked the higher authorities in India, especially the drug regulator, to give us more clarity in terms of what is the extent to which Bharat Biotech's vaccine will be administered. But despite all of these conditions, good news for India, because we finally have a vaccine, and at least the Serum Institute of India's vaccine, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccines, all data is already out there in the public domain. They also have 50 million doses ready. They had the CEO, Mr. Adar Poonawala, had pointed out earlier that most of these 50 million doses would go to India, and even on today's decision by DCGI, he has expressed his happiness. So definitely this is the decision we all had been waiting for. It is definitely a start for India, but in the upcoming days we would like the DCGI to give more clarity in terms of efficacy of Bharat Biotech's vaccine.
Well, absolutely, Sukirti, and no questions were taken there by the drug controller, despite the several concerns and questions that understandably a lot of people have about the Bharat Biotech authorization. What does approval in clinical trial mode mean? As far as the Oxford vaccine is concerned, the UK has approved it. There is efficacy data which is out there in the public domain. But as far as Bharat Biotech is concerned, there are more questions than answers at the moment, and the drug controller didn't really take any questions from the press either.
लिया जाएगा। तो उन्होंने साफ तौर पर कहा कि पहले चरण
Well, yes, absolutely. That is an announcement they had made last night as well. But media persons across the board had tried to request the ministry that they should take questions here today. Even before the DCGI was making a statement, we were repeatedly requesting the government that questions should be taken. This is a matter of transparency, and the government should come clear on what is the efficacy data based on which they are giving an approval. Even after the media statement ended, there were several requests that were made by media persons. We requested that questions should be taken. What is the efficacy data? Because just this morning we had Dr. Guleria's videos being released by the Health Ministry, where he is saying that every vaccine that is going to be launched in India, all of its safety will be assured, all its safety and efficacy data will be seen, and based on that only all regulatory approvals will be put in place. So on one hand we have a government official saying that all safety and efficacy data will be considered, and post that only approvals will be given, but so far we have not had any clarity on what is the efficacy data of Bharat Biotech's vaccine. However, its safety and immunity response has been established. That is what the government is saying at this point of time. They did elaborate on that aspect, saying that phase 1 and phase 2 data of Bharat Biotech has proven that it was found safe across age groups. It also generated an immune response. So those things are established, but yet for an approval across nations, the ideal standard protocol is that you also need to have efficacy data, and that in this case is not available for Bharat Biotech yet.
All right, Sukirti, appreciate you for joining us on that big news break. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates. The Drug Controller General of India has read out a statement in which he has clarified that both vaccine candidates, Covishield and Covaxin, have been granted emergency use authorization. More questions than answers at the moment about the Bharat Biotech vaccine. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has just tweeted. He says a decisive turning point to strengthen a spirited fight. DCGI granting approval to vaccines of Serum Institute of India and Bharat Biotech accelerates the road to a healthier COVID-free nation. Congratulations, India. Congratulations to our hard-working scientists and innovators. That's the tweet coming in from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, calling this a decisive turning point in strengthening our fight against the coronavirus. Let me now go across to Dr. Rachna Kocheriya. Dr. Kocheriya, you've been waiting very patiently. Your first reaction to the news that is just coming in?
Like you, I have more questions, I think, at this point than answers. So rightly said, the phase 3 efficacy data is not out yet. And we're all confused. I'm confused about what does approved with abundant precautions on clinical trial mode mean. That's saying two things, I think, in one sentence. Either we are in clinical trial mode, or we are ready to roll out the vaccine. My hope was that the clinical trial would continue, and also it is known in the science as well that even for an emergency use authorization, you should have 2 months after the last dose, which would definitely take us into February, given that the trial started only in November. Mid-November or so, recruitment would have been going on. Recruitment is still not over. So I think there are still many more questions that need to be answered about the Bharat Biotech vaccine, not to take away anything from the efforts of the scientists, the expert committee, the drug controllers who've been working round the clock, through whatever day and night, New Year or whatever, not considering that. So not to take away anything from their effort, but I do think that questions need to be answered. The data needs to be made more public. The efficacy data needs to come out, and also what is the language they will be using for the public if you're going to roll this out as a vaccine also in parallel with Serum Institute.
Yes.
How are you going to clarify this on ground?
Yes,
what are you
Dr.
going to say
Roy,
to the participants?
Dr. Roy, would you like to take on some of those questions? I think Dr. Kocheriya has raised several very important points here. Does this really inspire confidence among people about the safety and efficacy of the Bharat Biotech vaccine? One versus the other at the moment. Most would opt for the Serum Institute vaccine if they had the option, because at least they know what it's all about. The data is out there in the public domain, and other countries approved it too.
See, actually the data given by Serum Institute as well as that Bharat Biotech, both are placed to the expert committee, and they have goes in vividly about the data integrity also, and on the basis of their opinion, they recommended it. So now from outside, because I have not gone through the data. Neither this data of Bharat Biotech has been published of phase 3 clinical trial. So I do not have any comment. But definitely I have a faith on the expert committee, because the expert committee is framed by the Government of India and by the Control of India. They are the pioneer in this field, and they took the decision on the basis of the data submitted to them. If you can recall that initially when this data was submitted to the expert committee, they asked for more data.
Okay.
And on the basis of further data, the moment they become satisfied, then they get this clearance
Okay.
for emergency use.
Well, I will come back to you in just a moment and ask you to clarify on some of the terminology that has been used as far as Bharat Biotech is concerned, and we'll talk a little more about that. But I'm told that the Drug Controller General of India, before getting into his vehicle after the press conference, has once again spoken to the media. Let's try and listen into that reaction.
इसके साइड इफेक्ट्स भी बहुत बताए जा रहे हैं सर, ये सही है क्या?
ना
साइड इफेक्ट है
देखो, एक बात पे पूरा आप श्योर रहिए कि किसी में भी सेफ्टी का कंसर्न होगा, थोड़ा भी कंसर्न होगा तो हम उसको कभी अप्रूव नहीं करेंगे।
कुल मिला के ये सेफ है
ऑफ कोर्स 110
साइड इफेक्ट नहीं है।
100 साइड इफेक्ट थोड़े बहुत तो होते हैं, पर वो जो जैसे छोटी मोटी साइड पे पेन होना, थोड़ा सा फीवर होना, थोड़ी सी एलर्जी होना, ये तो हर वैक्सीन में होता है।
लेकिन सर लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाएंगे, ये भी सही है क्या?
ये तो बहुत ही बकवास है।
All right, so I think I couldn't hear exactly what the drug controller said there, but he has said that the vaccine is safe, and if there was any doubt about the safety of the vaccine, then they wouldn't have gone ahead and approved it. Dr. Rajesh Malhotra, you know, I understand that as far as India is concerned, this is very good news. We are going to need more than one vaccine candidate in order to be able to inoculate our large population, for it to reach out to the far-flung areas as well. So this is very good news for India. But what do you make of the questions, the reservations that many have about the Bharat Biotech vaccine at the moment?
See, I would echo some of the statements made by Dr. Roy that, you know, we have to trust our regulators. So there is no question. You saw the questions which the media was raising to the drug controller were mainly about the rumors about the side effects. So I think everybody agrees about this, that nobody in his right ethical frame of mind will hide anything which is actually an adverse effect and could compromise the safety of the citizens. So that's number one. So there is no question about it that the safety data has been convincing. Now about this, you know, not waiting enough for the efficacy data. Now this is something like, you know, even the emergency use authorization done by the due process is not the ideal sort of approval for the vaccine anyway. For instance, we have to know how long does the protection last. You know, we have to know, when the booster will be required. And you have to understand that when there is a pandemic, you have to take care of the public health measures. For instance, you know, UK suddenly changed its stance and said we'll vaccinate everybody with one dose. Now there's a difference of opinion where one dose is enough, or, you know, whether it will be efficacious or not. So when it comes to efficacy, you know, even those which are efficacious may not be efficacious by the approach taken by the respective government.
There's
so
also,
there are a lot of
there's also no clarity at the moment on what the dosing regimen is going to be. Will we follow what the UK is doing, because the you raised reservations about that as well. So there are reservations there as well, Dr. Malhotra.
So I'll tell you, the problem is, say you have got 50 million doses. So that is basically enough only for 25 million people if you follow 2-dose schedule.
Yes.
But if you follow a 1-dose schedule, you cover 50 million people. Now again, where is the efficacy data for that? I mean, how do we know that how much it is going to protect by giving one dose or not? So I think what is happening is that we have a huge country, and we have discussed that we need more than one vaccine, because once you roll out the process, you know, so much of government machinery is going to be involved with the vaccination, and you can't be, you know, having looking askance that we don't have the more doses coming in now.
It can't really be a quantity versus quality argument when it comes to a vaccine candidate. Dr. Kucheria, lots of questions at the moment. I think more questions than answers really, especially about the Bharat Biotech vaccine, and secondly, I think also about the dosing regimen of Covishield, because in the UK they've extended it for up to 12 weeks, but there are many experts who say that is there enough data to show that the vaccine efficacy still lasts after 12 weeks if the interval is 12 weeks. What is India going to do? What is India's thinking? By when can we expect some clarity on all of these questions?
Agree with you, and these are tough questions. The UK is having to answer some very tough questions from their public as well, and they are responding to, some of the measures they took, some of the decisions they took. They took the decision to keep their schools open, to keep their livelihoods, their lives, more open in public. And unfortunately, whether it's that or whether the new variant, which mathematical models are saying is more infectious, that has taken a toll. We're looking at all those questions right now. For India, the good news is in the past month, we have seen our numbers come down.
Yes.
In most of the states. People have taken some behavioral changes, and I'm hopeful that after the new year we don't see a spike again. So far so good, keeping fingers crossed.
Yes.
But I agree that you cannot, if the government bodies are asking people to trust, which we do, the highest authorities in the country, I think at a time like this, which is never before in humanity, then I think a quid pro quo of a lot of transparency,
Yes.
involving maybe outside
Well, I think
experts,
trust and transparency
to
go
view all
hand
of
in
this
hand. I think you raise a
is-
very, very
they
important
absolutely go
point there.
hand in hand. That
Yes.
quid pro quo
Yes.
is needed. So if you
Absolutely.
have that transparency, and outside experts and public health officials and doctors, scientists are also able to weigh in, I
Yes.
think it will only elevate the public's confidence. And
Absolutely.
then, yes, government machinery is being rolled out, but let's do it the right way, with the right confidence and giving clear ideas about how one vaccine, which has got the approval, from 2 countries, gone through due diligence.
Do you believe that this will create a little bit of a trust deficit, and one isn't taking away from the fact that this is spectacular news coming in the new year? This is the news that we've all been waiting for, and for us it's a double bonanza in a certain sense, because 2 vaccines have been granted this emergency use authorization. So it's very good news from India, and one isn't discounting that at all. But Dr. Roy, do you believe that in order to inspire confidence among people, trust and transparency have to go hand in hand? Perhaps questions need to be answered, detailed press conferences need to be held so that people are informed?
Yeah,